So recently, Cole Beasley went out on Twitter and he talked about why he wants to rejoin the Cowboys, or rather showed interest in joining the Dallas Cowboys once again, because he wants to play with Dak apparently. And I'm going to talk about why I don't think that's going to happen, number one, and why it shouldn't happen. Okay, so we're going to dive into that in today's video. But before we get started, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back. And before we get started, if you can like this video, that'd be greatly appreciated. It helps the video perform better in YouTube's algorithm, so that's greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell as well if you keep coming back and you want more Cowboys content. So we're well aware that, you know, Cole Beasley has had an interesting history here in Dallas, especially when he left. You know, for those that don't remember, he went out on Twitter and basically burnt all bridges with Dallas, saying that the facilities were better in Buffalo, starting fights with Cowboys fans, and then we all know what happened with the whole statement he made about the vaccines. And I'm not here to tell you whether or not that's correct or not. I'm looking at this from the Cowboys' perspective of things and whether or not they will do it, and also does it make sense. So to start things off, the Dallas Cowboys will not add Cole Beasley back to this roster. And I'm going to tell you this, if they do, they are massive hypocrites, especially what they did to Amari Cooper. Yes, there were other reasons at play for Amari Cooper not being in Dallas, okay, outside of the vaccinations and stuff like that. But the main thing that irks the hell out of me is that if we are okay with Cole Beasley coming back, you know, at this point, like, why is it that we didn't add other guys that, in my opinion, are better? And that's something that is bothersome. Because if we're like, oh, let's go bring back Dez, let's go bring back Cole Beasley. Whether, you know, you like these guys or not, you know, I love Dez. I liked Cole when he was here before he left. It just feels as if we keep going back to the has-beens. We keep going back to guys that we know and want to have them come back. Like, I want to give a shout-out to Simon Says, good friend of mine over on his channel. He did a video talking about this, and I agree. It's always something with DeMarcus Ware, like Dez Bryant, like these older guys that we have moved on from. It just doesn't match the timeline for what we're trying to do here. You know, I'm not saying Cole is trash, but it's just, you could have done other things to prepare for that. If you really wanted him on the roster, you should have signed him earlier, or rather, you could have kept Amari, and we didn't have to worry about this. But we're past that. Again, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys really did themselves in doing that. And, you know, they're not going to add a guy that if they just talked about the availability of a guy and that's the reason some guys aren't here and some are here, then why are we having this conversation about, hey, let's bring back Cole? Because Cole is the living embodiment of not being available, especially what happened in Buffalo. And, you know, again, I'm not trying to dog him for that kind of stuff. Whether you agree with it or not, that's not what we're here to talk about. But the Cowboys literally had a big problem with Cooper and his stances on things. And if they're going to be okay with Cole, what does that say about the front office? Is there like some double standard here? Like, what's going on? So I just think that the Dallas Cowboys really need to keep an eye out on what they do and say. But yes, this wide receiving core does need to be addressed. We're getting these, you know, words that Michael Gallup might not be back until, you know, the midpoint of the season because of how his injury is healing up. It could be, but we don't know yet. You know, then you're going to have Jalen Tolbert, and we don't know about James Washington. So if one of those guys goes down, you're absolutely screwed. Because now you're focusing on Noah Brown or Simi Fehoko, guys. Well, Noah Brown's one thing, but Simi Fehoko is a unproven talent. TJ Vasher, like, we can't be doing this. So again, I don't think that he's going to be in Dallas, and if he is, I'm going to lose my mind because it feels like this front office is two-faced, which I think they are anyway. So I wanted to speak on that, and we'll get into some other content later today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.